What's up YouTube, your boy Rob aka Card Chart. Now, offer a disclaimer, all forms of gambling involve risk. I don't recommend gambling, let alone using betting systems. This video is just for entertainment purposes. Now it might surprise you that I say something like that if you know what my background is. But just because I make money gambling doesn't mean you will. And in an attempt to make money gambling, you could cause incredible hardships for yourself. Some people are just compulsive, addicted to gambling, and it could literally ruin your life. That's why I'll never recommend it. And you can look at examples like Stu Ungar, who certainly had the right personality characteristics to make money, but he also had the right characteristics to lose it all. So he wasn't a perfect gambler, let's say. If you look at his story, by all accounts, he had genius level IQ, he photographic memory, could count down a blackjack shoe. In fact, tell a quick story. Bob Stupak challenged Stu Ungar once to a $10,000 bet where Stupak would turn over the cards at this pace, and if Stu Ungar could name the last card, Stupak would pay him $10,000. Well, sure enough, they deal down the deck. There's one card remaining. Ungar says, 10 of diamonds. It is the 10 of diamonds. Stupak's like, get the fuck out of here, you never gamble in my casino. In terms of blackjack. Now, as good as he was, and of course he's the world's best gin rummy player, best tournament player, at the same time he was a degenerate gambler. His personality wasn't cut out for all forms of gambling either. Now, I'm not saying this, so don't take this out on me if you're one of his fanboys, but the professional gamblers of his era said he was a mark in the cash games. He could not play for cash. He didn't have the right temperament. He'd go berserk. He got stuck or bad beat. He would just go crazy, and they would take advantage of him and take his money. Now, I'm not saying this, but Doyle Brunson said it. Those are exact words. He was the greatest tournament player of all time, and he was the worst cash game player. That's Brunson. Barry Greenstein rated Stu Ungar's cash game play at a 3. Now, along the way, of course, Stu develops an addiction to cocaine, and a horrible addiction at that. And he's a degenerate gambler. He'll gamble at anything. He doesn't care if he's got the advantage or doesn't have the advantage. So to the end, now let's get to the end result. Even though the man won 10 major tournaments and cashed for like $30 million, it's estimated that he made gambling, he dies broke. He dies with $800 in his pocket. Dies in a seedy part of Vegas at the Oasis. He had no estate. His friends had to pitch in to buy his tombstone. That's how that ended. So that's why I don't recommend gambling. And when you talk to these fake ass guys like a Christopher Mitchell, these guys are pernicious. They can only lead you down the wrong path. A path that could be very destructive to you. Now, if you listen to his story, he'll tell you something like, oh, he lost $200,000 gambling. And I'm sure he did. But where did he get the $200,000? You gave it to him. He didn't earn the $200,000 at gambling or lose at gambling. You gave it to him. The suckers gave it to him. That's who gave it to him. He's very incongruent when he's talking. He makes no sense. If you watch his older videos and you watch him to the videos he makes today, they're incongruent. He'll tell you gamble for an hour and quit in the old videos. The new videos, it's 15 minutes. Well, which is it? Is it an hour or it's 15 minutes? And tell me why I can't be a winner at minute 16. Why do I gotta quit? I don't understand it. Do you think the casinos quit? Do you think they open a table and they put a clock on it and they shut it down after 15 minutes? No, because they have positive expectation. And when you have positive expectation, you want to run the game as long as possible. That's why the casinos are open 24 hours a day to take your action. He's got these ridiculous philosophies. The trend is your friend. No, the trend is your enemy, bro. Because the trend doesn't exist. There is no trend in Baccarat that can take a negative expectation game and make it positive expectation, so you're wasting your time. You understand? Yes, the composition of the shoe does change as the cards come out. So example, at the top of the shoe, the player, you bet player, you have a 1.24 disadvantage, okay? Now, based on the cards that come out, perhaps now, you have a 1% disadvantage on player. So yeah, and let's say you could even recognize that with the trend. Well, so what? You're still losing the 1%. You're still losing. So the trend's not your friend. If you're looking for trends, then look, there's one way to keep score as a gambler, and that's money. You got to play the game of making money. When you're looking for trends, you're playing the game of make-believe, okay? Fuck make-believe. You want make-believe, go watch a movie, go play your video games. Gambling's serious business. Now, the other thing you'll talk about, oh, by the way, with trends, you might be asking, oh, are there trends in blackjack? And actually, there is. And this has been proven in computer simulation. But once again, recognizing the trend in blackjack, it won't make you a winner. If you're using basic strategy and going with the trend, you're still going to lose. So what are the trends, though? Maybe you're curious. Well, it turns out that if you push with the dealer, you're more likely to lose next time. Why is that? You can pause and think for a second, because it's a logical reason. And the reason is the most common tie in blackjack is a 20. And the most common way to make 20 is a face and a face or a face and a 10. So now, probably what happened if you push the dealer, you got 2 10s and he's got 2 10s. That would be a -4 if you're counting, so it makes sense that you might lose you're more likely to lose the next time. Another thing that's a trend is if you make a 4-card whatever, let's say you make a 4-card 20, you're more likely to win next time. And why is that? Well, because if 4 cards are under 20 or 20 or under, you probably have low cards, and low cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a +1. So it makes sense, and it's proven in computer simulation, but make no mistake about it, knowing the trend is not going to make you a winner. The other ridiculous theories he has, and you got to remember this guy's thoughts on gambling are incongruent because he doesn't make any sense. So tell me why when he's playing roulette he doesn't set a timer for 15 minutes if that's really a rule for him. Of course it's not a rule, it's bullshit, bro. It's not going to help you win negative expectation game by setting a timer. Are you joking? But you know what? It'll help you win time when you have positive expectation. Richard also comes up with this stop loss theory. When you're playing a game of negative expectation, a stop loss cannot make you a long-term winner. That's a fact. It's a mathematical fact. Sorry if you don't like it, but it's the truth. As a professional gambler, can you have a stop loss? Absolutely. If you're playing the game of poker, let's say, and you have the advantage, there are times you put a stop loss in there. For example, let's say for whatever reason I start losing in the game. You got to remember, if I've been sitting there hours and hours, the table has turned over at a live game. Maybe there's tougher players in the game now. Maybe my advantage is not as great as I thought, so maybe it's time to quit. Or maybe just due to a bad run of cards, I started losing, and now these players are inspired by my losses, and also I might be mentally affected a little bit. I feel like a steam factor or a tilt factor coming on, then it's definitely time to quit. Or I could be in a crooked game. Maybe these guys are colluding or something. Or maybe tomorrow there's going to be an even bigger game with even bigger fish, and I don't want to tire myself out by playing all night. I'll just wait. I'll quit now, get a good night's rest, and go play the easier game tomorrow. So the way he's using the stop loss, don't let this man rip you off. Don't let this man ruin your life. Put bullshit ideas into your head. If you want to be a gambler, it's not an easy. There's a saying in poker. Poker is a tough way to make an easy living. And let me tell you, poker's destroyed more than one person in this world. So do whatever the fuck you want, but just know what the facts are. There's a lot of different languages in the world. I speak facts. If you don't like what I speak, that's fine. You can go watch something else. I don't care if you watch this fucking channel or not. I'm helping you. You're not helping me. But remember, when you give Christopher Mitchell money, he needs you. You don't need him. You get it? All right. Until next time, take care.